Oh my god. Oh my god. This isn't how I expected any of this to go. Oh my god. I finally got it. So James understands what's going on because he is in the background in the group chats with me right now. Um, but oh, hold on. Did I accidentally disconnect the microphone? Oh my god. So I just got new internet, and we thought because there's been issues with there's been issues with the way that my streams have been running. So we figured, hey, new internet would be the way to fix this. New internet and maybe a new computer. And we haven't gotten the new computer thing figured out yet. But I got the new internet all hooked up yesterday, and I was just like, all right, awesome. We're gonna have a great, smooth stream this time around. Everything's gonna work. And then once I got everything up and going, my internet is like 2 to 3 times faster than it's been. For some reason, Chrome does not want to load things properly. And well, first I was having an issue where, as you can see, there's no on-screen prompts other than me. I'm the only thing here. There's no the PDF that we usually read from, the book. Do you see that on screen? I don't see it on screen. So that was an issue, and I fixed the issue. And then Chrome didn't want to load anything after I fixed the issue. And now Chrome is loading things, and so I switched over here because I was like, yes, we can finally start the stream. But now all of a sudden the window is gone again. There's no Chrome window. So I'm not saying new internet's the reason that the window capture isn't working. I'm saying that I have new internet and was expecting everything to run smoothly as a result, and now everything is broken. And we're 40 minutes into our hour-long stream where I'm supposed to be reading a book, and instead of doing any of that, you guys have been sitting here listening to jazz music while I try to figure it out. Am I coming through less less what you call it than usual? Am I less laggy? But yeah, so I'm trying to see if maybe if I switch over to like a different internet browser, if maybe I can get that to capture. Because if that will work, then I can switch the window capture and we'll be good, and I will run this stream as long as I need to keep you all happy and entertained. I'm hoping that my frustration is at least entertaining enough for you guys to stick around for the moment, but I don't want this whole stream to just be a frustration stream. So give me a second. Let me try to figure this out on a different window, a different browser, and see if maybe switching that around will make things work so much better. I just opened up the windows I normally need to open up in Microsoft Edge, and it looks like that's loading a lot faster. So I don't know what it is with Chrome, but it looks like Microsoft Edge might be the way to go for now. It's running faster, but it's not running like top speed. It's so weird because last night I got on our new internet stuff, and I was noticing things were loading much quicker than usual, and now it's just not the case. Let me get rid of that background music guy. Let me close out my Chrome tabs, close them all out, and then, oh my god. So what have you got all been having going on in the chat? Laggy capture? No. Technically it's smooth. Well, you were until you asked the question. God damn it. Maybe it's because I had both Chrome and Edge open at the same time. Let me see. Open the PDF with Lumen PDF. That's the PDF user thing that I use. Yes. Launch that app. Honestly, though, this is probably more entertaining than the stuff that I normally do. Right? Just hearing me yell and be frustrated and want to die is a much better thing. Let's see, properties. Let me see if I can switch that over to the someday we'll be in an office space with good internet and we can laugh at these times. God fucking damn, I hope so. And Ted can be there too. Okay. It won't let me capture the new window that I have. It's not showing up. It's Chrome or Explorer, and those are the things that it's showing. It's not giving me Microsoft Edge. I don't... Oh my god. If I have to close OBS and restart to be able to get the... Like, what is the point of this software if it can't do this stuff on the fly? Let me see. Maybe if I just do it as a new window capture instead of editing the window capture I already have. Let me see. How's y'all's days going? I'm hoping better than mine. But if it's not better than mine, then I'm very sorry for you. Let me see. I will call that Edge, because that's what I want that source to be. I'm updating my Christmas list in another R. In another R. And R what? Ooh, Microsoft Edge. Oh my god, now it's covering... You guys see that? It's covering the entire screen. This is fun. This is always fun, having to resize this. Let's put it there. I don't remember how to crop these windows, because I know the other one's cropped so like you're not seeing tabs and stuff, but it is what it is. You know, it's like the old Bill O'Reilly clip. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Oh my god, there's so many ads on this. There's so many ads. I don't need these ads. These ads weren't in Chrome. Maybe because this is a different web browser and I don't have an ad blocker on it. No, that's not who I want to be. I want to be Visual Library. Please have clicked the right one. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't think it chose the right one. Okay, well that looks like it's trying to load. There was a little loady sphere. No, I don't want to upgrade for free. I don't want to upgrade anything. I probably need to upgrade things, but not Lumen PDF. That's not the issue. God, I was so excited that I thought that I had this all like locked down and we were good to go, and that just wasn't the case. I was so ready to have all these technical troubles behind us. Tell you what, there's no background music right now. Let's let that go. Oh, hey, it's Ryan Reynolds. I don't want an ad. Yeah, skip the ad. Go away, Ryan Reynolds. Oh my god. I don't even have YouTube Premium anymore to stop Ryan Reynolds from talking to me. And let's drop the quality on this boy to 144p so he's not taking up too much power. The PDF's still trying to... Oh my god. You guys, I don't know what's going on. I don't know how, like... Remember when we used to watch television? Right? we used to watch things that did not have nearly this much of an error rate. And now you're all stuck with me. Wait, is the face cam frozen or is that just my connection? Oh my god, if the face cam is frozen too now, I'm not having a good day with this, you guys, and I don't know how to do a test stream that's like, you know, gonna help me sort all these problems out. But the PDF's not loading, and it's been like 45 minutes, so I don't know what to make of this. I don't know what to do, you guys. I think I might just have to bow out. It'd be oh, there it is. There is the front cover and an interior page. Another interior page. All right, we're on a roll. Let's see. Let me set this up to have multiple pages at once. Let me zoom it out so it's 100%. Let me find page 12, not page 12, chapter 12. Oh my god, we've got it. We just don't have background music going. We got background music going. That's very loud. That's not the background, that's the foreground. Turn that bad boy down a bit. You all seeing the book? I got the book on my end. Y'all seeing it on your end? Is everything running more smoothly? Are we good? Is the face cam still laggy? It looks laggy on my end, so it might still be laggy. Let me ask James specifically. That way he can give me a message back. I don't even know if he's still in the chat. We dropped from 7 viewers to 6 viewers, and James has things to do, so he might be the viewer that left. I don't blame you, Jake. I do not blame you. You know what? I'm gonna drop a tag in Discord real quick. Just to let folks know that that we're live, that things are going. Let me copy that link. But we're live now for the next chapters of Mad Love. Come hang at everyone. And then let me add a little image to that. There we go. All right. James still hasn't said whether things look good or not, and none of you in the chat have told me whether things look good or not. So I'm hoping that at least they don't look bad. But that was a pain in the ass. Face cam is still laggy. But can you at least hear me? Like, I'm not chopping up or anything. I don't know what more I can do from where I am. So long as I'm here and the pages are there, and I'm, you know, audible. I don't know what more I can do. But I feel like we've given the Discord folks a couple minutes to hop in. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start I'm gonna start the chapter. I'm gonna do the thing that we were supposed to be here to do, right? Because that's why we're here, not to listen to me rant about technical issues. So we're hopping into the 2018 novelization of Mad Love. We've got chapter 12 and 13 on the docket for today. We're dealing with Harley's time as a psychiatrist in Arkham. She's been heading up a like a support group kind of thing for female inmates, specifically Poison Ivy, March Harriet, Baby Doll, and Magpie. And by the end of the last chapter, they all turned on her, and they were all about to kill her. But Ivy saved Harley's life, dragged her out of there, and now the Joker has left a note on Harley's desk. So it's still extremely laggy. God damn it, man! I don't know what more I can do. I really don't. Is there like a yeah, I'm seeing skip frames detected 99% over the last 2 minutes a minute ago. Is there a way that I can like down the quality so it's not trying to push out as much? I don't know what to do, you guys. Audio has always been good. Well, that's reassuring at least. I mean, James, if you think that you might have a way for me to fix things on the fly, I'm open to hearing it. But if not, then I need to either just go ahead with the chapter or call it a day and cry about it somewhere. Is it this... I can't mess with this output thing while we're already live, so I don't know. But I'm just gonna keep going. I'm just gonna do the thing, right? But yeah, so we had all that going on last time. Joker and Harley are poised to meet in this next chapter, so we're gonna just jump on in unless James tells me to cut the stream. But I'm not seeing that message come through, so I'm just going. Dr. Leland looked surprised and disappointed when Harleen came into work next morning. "I thought we agreed you were going to take another day to recover," she said. "I have recovered," Harleen assured her. "I feel too good to justify taking time off work." "I still think you should," Dr. Leland said, her concerned expression deepening. "But I really don't need to," Harleen said. "If I did, I'd be home right now, but I'm fine. No after effects from drug tea, and I'm not traumatized." It was an effort to keep the impatience out of her voice. Sometimes Dr. Leland seemed more controlling than concerned. "I just want to get on with my work." Dr. Leland looked doubtful. "All right, you win. But if you get shaky, I'll go straight home," Harleen said. "I promise. But I won't. There's no reason to leave you short-handed when I'm not sick." Her remark about being short-handed had probably persuaded Dr. Leland to give up and go off to her rounds. Harleen thought as she settled down behind her desk. The rose and the card were untouched. She moved them to one side so she could spread out her planner and see what her schedule looked like. She had patients to see, medication regimens to review, reports to write, and somewhere in her busy schedule, she would deal with the Joker. Early in the day was best, when she had more energy, and she couldn't just wing it. She had to think carefully about what to say, the points she wanted to make. This wasn't just some two-bit smoothie who thought a grand, inappropriate gesture would get the pretty lady doctor's attention, even though she wasn't his doctor. How cheesy. The more she thought about it, the angrier she felt. How stupid did this clown think she was? And how stuck on himself was he to think she'd take one look at this pathetic overture and fall into a swoon? She would definitely do this right away, while she was fresh. The boost she'd gotten from putting him in his place would make the whole day a win. Nothing succeeded like success. Harleen jotted down a few ideas in a small notebook. Writing things down always helped her remember them better. She read them over, added a couple of things, and tucked it away in her blazer pocket. She put on her no-nonsense glasses, made sure every hair in her tidy French roll was in place, and armed with the status, professionalism, and fortitude characteristic of competent women, she marched out of her office and down to the sub basement, where the Joker was waiting for her with all his fully weaponized charm on display. There was nothing the Joker enjoyed more than a great trick. A great trick was a rare thing. There were plenty of good tricks, and even more there were so-so. A great trick was a work of art, elegant and irrefutable. According to many people... hold on. I actually need to be paying attention with the... At least we only have to hear you. You and I can work out technical stuff after today, maybe. Only thing I can think of is lower the bitrate and aspect ratio, but I don't remember if you could do... Okay, got it. So yeah, so we're on the same page there, yeah. Let's see, where was I? A great trick was a work of art, elegant and irrefutable. According to many people, the greatest trick of all time had been achieved by no less than the devil himself by convincing the entire world he didn't exist. What made this trick truly great was the fact that everyone knew about it and they still didn't believe he existed. The Joker thought it rated first place in the Hall of Fame. It made perfect use of human nature's most enduring features, the tendency to believe something despite there being either evidence to the contrary or no evidence at all. The Joker had yet to pull off something that perfect. Nonetheless, he had some moves, and they weren't too shabby. He had something very special in mind for the heady mix of brains and beauty that was Harley Quinzel. It wasn't new or innovative, but it was a classic. It wouldn't be easy. He was going to have to work hard to put this one over. But when he did, it would be a masterpiece. He could call it the greatest trick the Joker ever pulled was convincing Harley Quinzel he was worth it. Not short and pithy, but it wasn't that kind of joke. Let me flip the page. Is it going to flip? There it goes. His beautiful target literally marched into his cell and told the guard who followed her in to get lost. And Buddy Boy didn't argue. She glared him out the door through black-framed hard-ass spectacles. The doctor knew how to take charge. Pick the biggest guy in the room and cut him down to size. The guard was an enormous brute who made the Joker seem positively dainty by comparison. But one look from Dr. Quinzel and he gave like a wet paper bag. The Joker hadn't seen such an effective display of dominance in a very long time. Even better, she'd done it wearing a tailored suit with a kick pleat and sensible shoes, not a leather corset and thigh-high boots with 5-inch heels. Perhaps this was a sign of things to come. Was certified public accountant the new sexy? So glad you finally come to visit me down here in my lonely cell, the Joker said in a cordial purr. It's only fair, said the formidable presence that was Dr. Quinzel. Her straight posture made her seem taller than she was. Anyone would have thought she was in full command of all she surveyed. He made to get off the bed, but she raised one hand sharply. Don't bother, I'm not staying. Whatever you say, Doctor. Smiling, he stretched out on his side, propping his head up on his fist. How can I help you? Dr. Quinzel produced the playing card he left on her desk, making it snap. Care to tell me how this got into my office? My locked office? Well, I put it there, of course. His smile widened. You did? She made the card disappear. You personally. I never do anything impersonally. I think it's rude. Of course, the beautiful lady shrink didn't crack a smile. I'm sure Dr. Leland and security would love to know how you escaped from your cell, procured a rose in a vase, left it in my office, and returned to your cell without anyone knowing. I'm sure they would, the Joker said. He sat up and put a pillow between his back and the wall, then patted a spot on the bed, inviting her to sit. She pretended not to notice. But I'm certainly not going to tell them, and if you were going to rat me out, you already would have. So I guess they'll never know. Dr. Quinzel's expression didn't change. and he knew she'd never snitch on him about anything. "You've made quite a name for yourself around here already, you know," he went on. "Oh?" She looked down her perfect nose at him. "What have you heard?" "That you're mighty handy with a fire extinguisher," he said cheerfully, "though less good at tea parties." Oh, hold on. I didn't even realize my cat was in the room, and he's trying to get out. Hey, buddy. Let me open that door for you. There you go. A good boy. Guess not. Let me just figure that out. Oh, sorry, I'm like, what did I miss? You haven't missed much, Danny, other than, technical difficulties. Essentially, I have new internet now that's 2 to 3 times faster, and yet everything loaded 18 times slower, and getting 45 minutes into the stream before the PDF would even get up. I assume I'm still laggy, and hopefully we'll be figuring all that out in the time being. I'm seeing skipped frames detected 100% over last 2 minutes a minute ago. So, I'll probably just end up calling it quits after chapter 12 instead of going all the way through, because this isn't going the way that we had planned. But more or less, all that's happened so far is that Harley has come back to work after the beating by the femme fatales that she took last chapter, and now she's finally speaking with the Joker. So that's the cliff notes of the last hour. Let me see. I gotta make sure I know when to turn the page. Okay. No, where was I on this page? Her face went a little pink, but her expression didn't change. "However, at least one loony lady of Gotham admires your nerve, you pluck," he went on. "As do I. In fact, all your patients give you high marks. I'd say your true strength is in one-on-one treatment, not groups. Never had much use for group therapy myself, especially here. Get a group together in Arkham, and they all start one-upping each other, trying to be the biggest badass. Which is pointless, because you're the biggest badass, huh?" Dr. Quinzel said. "Well, I don't like to brag." He looked down for a moment in ersatz modesty. I've never seen that word before. "No," Dr. Quinzel said. "You love it." "Ooh, you got me, dollface," the Joker said, clapping a hand over his heart. She bristled immediately. "My name is Dr. Quinzel, not Dollface." "I beg your pardon," the Joker said. "I have a tendency to be inappropriate. That and my penchant for braggadocio have made me bad at winning friends, good at influencing enemies, and very difficult to talk to. I'm not so much a person anymore as I'm a cross to bear, which few care to do. Thus, I sit in my lonely cell on the bottommost level of an institution that is itself rock bottom." "Which is where you should stay," Dr. Quinzel said. "In your cell, that is, no more illicit jaunts." The Joker pretended to think this over. "All right, Dr. Quinzel, I'll be a good boy, as a personal favor to you. I ask only one thing in return." "You're in no position to ask for anything of me," Dr. Quinzel told him loftily. "But just out of curiosity, what is it?" "That you come back and visit me again," he said, doing humble now. "You have no idea how brutal the monotony is." Oh, let me flip the page. "You have no idea how brutal the monotony is." Where was it? "Every day, like every other, never changing, always predictable. I sit in this cell and see nothing and no one I haven't seen before, while the seconds march past in lockstep like they did yesterday and all the days before, and like they will tomorrow and all the days to come." Without another word, she turned on her heel and rapped sharply on the door of his cell to let the guard know she was ready to leave. The Joker smiled after her as she left, without a word, because she didn't know what to say. "Gotcha." Harleen maintained her dignified bearing all the way back to her office, not letting herself relax even a little until she closed the door behind her. Slumped at her desk, she called the nurse on D ward to say she was running behind and she'd see Mr. O'Brien in an hour. Deuce O'Brien wouldn't mind, if he even noticed, unlike the Joker, who was obviously starved for company. It wasn't that Harleen wanted to give up on O'Brien or any other patient. She simply wasn't sure she could do anything more for him. The world was full of people who were content to be mediocre. Why would the criminally insane be any different? Still, she'd have thought anyone who bothered to transgress wouldn't settle for being an underachiever. The Joker, on the other hand, had actually challenged her to make a difference in his life. And if there was anything Harleen Quinzel really relished, it was a challenge. No, what was she thinking? Too late, she couldn't unthink it. Okay, so far, we haven't really had much to note down, except there's this character that was just mentioned, Deuce O'Brien. I don't know if that's somebody that we should know. But I'm going to look him up on my phone real quick, because I feel like if I look anything up on the computer, it will just break even more things. DC Comics. We have somebody named Deuce. This is kind of zoomed in. I'm using a different browser than usual, because Chrome was being a problem in and of itself, and it didn't want to be captured. So I'm on Microsoft Edge now. There we go. We got Deuce O'Brien in the notes. Are you having internet connection issues, or is it me? Okay, yeah, it's lagging. It's very laggy. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I went out and bought an internet plan. I sunk like over $100 in a modem and a router. In the past week, I've spent like $150 trying to fix the lag issues. And they don't want to do. So James and I are just going to try to take care of that off screen after this. And hopefully have it, all teed in for next week. But I said that last week, and here we are. So I don't know. But I'm not dwelling on it, We got a couple pages left of this chapter, and then I'll call it a day, and then James and I will try to get it all figured out. Let's see. She couldn't unthink it. Just being in the Joker's cell had given her all kinds of ideas, and despite her best efforts to turn them away, they chased her for days, refusing to leave her alone. The man was an exhibitionist, an extrovert turned up to 11. The worst thing anyone could do to a man like that was bury him alive in a sub basement and restrict his social contact to near zero. That wasn't therapy, it was torture. It would only serve to make him obsessed with breaking out. The obsession would keep building up until the pressure became so great he had to escape where his head would explode. And of course, once he had, his compulsion to act out inappropriately would take over. Humor with a body count. Eventually, he would be recaptured by Batman, according to his file, and returned to Arkham, where the cycle would start over again. Stifling confinement, pressure buildup, breakout, high crimes and misdemeanors, reapprehension, back to Arkham. Good God! Why did no one see the man was trapped in a vicious cycle courtesy of the criminal justice system? Or, to be more precise, the criminal justice system as personified by Batman, who is not, in fact, legally part of the justice system. How unconscionable was that? So what if Batman was supposed to be on the side of the angels, one of the good guys? How was a masked vigilante a good guy? There was no answer to that because it was the question nobody wanted to ask. It didn't fit the Batman as hero myth everyone in Gotham had embraced. Anyone who didn't toe that line was a bad guy and ended up in jail or in Arkham. That was it in a nutshell. If you dissented, if you didn't buy into Batman, you were a criminal or crazy or both. If resistance to Batman was a crime, then crime was a revolutionary act. If it was this insight that made Harleen certain she could help the Joker step off the terrible treadmill the justice system had condemned him to. She could help him find a better way to express himself, a way that wouldn't give Batman an opportunity to drop him back into the black hole of Arkham Asylum. Dr. Leland looked up from Harleen's new proposal. I really like that section. I really like that. And I feel like the fact that, you know, Harley becomes a villain is like ultimately is saying, oh, well, I guess she was wrong to think that. But like, no, that's true though. That's all true. That's like all of that is accurate. But, you know, they'll probably... I don't know if they will undercut it, right? Because so far, this book has actually been pretty progressive with the way that it views things and social issues. So maybe they'll, like, legitimately address that without undercutting the message. But are there any channels like ours with main DC Comics continuity? Maybe, but I don't know. I want to say something about changing your OBS output speed, if I recall, but that is usually required for gaming itself. Yeah, that's something that James and I are discussing doing, but I can't do that while the stream is running. So it's just going to have to be a wait and see kind of thing. Dr. Leland looked up from Harleen's new proposal, her expression troubled. I'm really not comfortable with the suggestion that Arkham Asylum is a blind alley with no exit. That wasn't what I said. Harleen tried not to be defensive. She had spent almost 3 weeks rewriting the proposal to make it sound more objective and less emotional. But when you were passionate about something, it was damn near impossible to come around as coolly reserved. After the group session fiasco, she knew Dr. Leland would look very carefully at anything else she proposed, so she had to make her boss see her as calm and professional, not enthusiastic and eager. I simply pointed out that many patients at Arkham will never leave. And that's because they'll always pose a threat to everyone around them, Dr. Leland said, not because Arkham Asylum is a dead end. Yes, I know, I agree, Harleen said, hoping she didn't sound as impatient as she felt. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't try just as hard to help them as we do patients who can someday be discharged. No, they won't get well, but we could try to help them be less ill, to find a way to express their feelings. Most of them feel homicidal, Dr. Leland said, sitting back in her chair, and expressing themselves is what put them in here. Really? Said Harleen, unable to help herself. A lot of the files say it was Batman. Dr. Leland gave her a look. Batman captured them, often in flagrante delicto. Their being diagnosed as criminally insane put them in here. But can we really be sure about that? Harleen said. Nobody knows who Batman really is. He could be the doctor who signs the commitment papers or a higher up in the police department. For all anyone knows, he could even be the judge who sentenced them. Gotham City isn't like anywhere else, Dr. Leland said with a faint, sad smile. People who come here from other, more conventional cities find it hard to understand our brand of normal. Someday, I'd like to get Batman in for therapy, Harleen said. Dr. Leland gave a single, short laugh. Wait. Oh, I'm not even on the correct page in the PDF. Here we go. There we are. Oh, I know no one ever will, Harleen added. He can't risk being unmasked. She sat forward in her chair. But just suppose you were in private practice in Gotham and you discovered one of your patients was a masked vigilante. What would you think? My, isn't he well adjusted? I wonder if he's single. Dr. Leland laughed. Only if he were Batman. You're missing the point, Harleen said, exasperated. No more so than you, Dr. Quinzel, Dr. Leland said. Because, as I'm sure you're tired of hearing, you're not from around here. Harleen bristled. So you're saying I don't get it because I don't get it. Fine, I don't get it. But that doesn't mean I'm wrong about there being room for improvement in how we do things here. She nodded at the folder on the desk. That proposal is one idea on how to make a start. Dr. Leland's smile was flat. You're becoming the Joker's therapist will fix everything that's wrong with Arkham Asylum? Oh, relax. I know that's not what you mean, she added as Harleen started to protest. But some of your proposal reads very close to that kind of oversimplification. It's just that I feel it's a tremendous waste to bury such an active intellect in a rock-bottom sub-basement. Someone so energetic will be better served by treatment that will address his issues by working with him, as he is, instead of trying to make him into something he isn't. I know my last idea didn't work out very well. It was a mistake to take on a whole group. My real strength is in one-on-one. Just me and the J, the patient. We don't have enough doctors on staff to allow you to focus on only one patient, Dr. Leland said firmly. I wasn't planning to give up my other patients, Harleen lied, hoping her disappointment didn't show. I proposed to devote extra time to the Joker. We have no budget for overtime, Dr. Leland reminded her. I'll do it on my own time. Dr. Leland didn't say anything for a few seconds. If I say no, you're just going to keep coming back with more arguments until you either get me to say yes or I snap and start taking hostages. Am I right? Harleen blinked. I'm not sure how to answer that. Never mind, Dr. Leland hesitated. I have a feeling I'll regret this, and it will all end in tears before bedtime. But go ahead, under certain conditions. Namely, I want written daily reports documenting every moment you spend with that man. Be extremely careful. His cell is the one and only room that has no monitoring. Harleen blinked at her. That's surprising. I'd have thought you'd have him under all kinds of surveillance. Dr. Leland sighed. First of all, we can't afford all kinds of surveillance. We make do with keeping an orderly, sometimes two, outside his door 24/7. And second, the sub basement is the one place in Arkham that no one, not even the Joker, has ever managed to break out of. Harleen wasn't sure she believed the Joker's cell wasn't monitored by beyond an orderly with his ear pressed to the door, but she told herself to let it go and just take the win. Any change in medication has to be okayed by me well ahead of time, Dr. Leland was saying, and if I tell you no, it's no. And if I decide to shut it down, you don't try to get around me, or you'll find yourself on the wrong end of a disciplinary action. Are we clear? Sure, boss, sure, Harleen said in her tough Brooklyn cookie voice. Anything you say, I'm on the case. Instead of laughing, Dr. Leland stared at her stonily. This isn't a joke, Dr. Quinzel. No, of course not, Harleen said quickly. She had only wanted to dispel the tension. Batman probably never dispelled the tension with a joke, so nobody else should either, unless they wanted to end up in Arkham Asylum's deepest, darkest sub-basement. Harleen marveled. Batman had made joking a crime. Okay, see, yeah, so they're already undercutting the stuff that I just said that I liked, which is a bummer, right? This Batman had made joking a crime thing. It's like, no, he didn't. That's, no, you were really onto something with your critique of, just allowing a masked vigilante to be running around. But now we're coming into some silly territory. So not a lot of notes here. I think the main thing that I've seen was it took Harley 3 weeks to make her proposal on one-on-one therapy with the Joker. And bada bing, bada boom. I do believe that that's it as far as the notes go. I mean, we had mention of like the judge could be Batman, but I don't think we have like a name for the judge. Where was that? Nobody else was named, right? And no, the doctor who signs commitment papers, a higher up in the police department, or could be the judge who sentenced them. Okay, yeah, so nothing really else there. So that's the end of chapter 12. Really quick, the not canon emoji, yeah, it do be like that. The obvious answer is to turn yourself into a living computer. Honestly, if I could, I would. I wonder, like, I'm curious. I'm just gonna drop the Microsoft Edge window. Am I less laggy now? Like, is it that like I'm running multiple? I don't know. I don't know what it is, but that's the end of chapter 12. I have a Patreon party that I need to come up with an idea to and film, and then I have to do these behind the scenes troubleshoots with my good boy Jimothy Strecker. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day here. Hopefully next time the kinks will all be figured out, because I'm so tired of saying that we're gonna get it figured out and then it doesn't do. But it is what it is. You know, sometimes you got to deal with the hand you have been dealt. But I'm going to go ahead and hop on out of here and leave you all to your own devices. Thanks for hanging around despite all of the technical difficulties. And I will see you all next week. Or, you know, you all will also see me this Sunday for a Flash Museum video. So that should be fun and less laggy. So take care. I'll see y'all when I see ya.